this is an interesting development. We're stuck behind the line striper and going less than 5 miles an hour. This could be a very, very interesting day indeed. Oh, the traffic got too much, so they pulled over. So, okay, cool. We may make it somewhere today yet. Hello, adventurers, and welcome back to our chaos here on the channel. This morning started off pretty well. I spent a little bit of time in Telluride, and I really enjoyed it, but it was pretty smoky there, so I decided that I was going to head to a different location because it was harder to breathe. And so I loaded up in the van, I started down the road, and well, I saw this. As you can see, pretty amazing, but I decided that since I was going to go somewhere else that I wanted to kind of try to go back to Silverton, I think. Now, when Riley and I were there, we really enjoyed it a lot, and in fact, Riley said it's one of her favorite towns in Colorado now, so I thought I would investigate just a little bit more to see what else is there so that the next time she comes into town, we'd know what to do. And in doing so, I found there were a few things that might be interesting, including some geocaching. I want to go to a museum, and there's one at least more hike that I'd like to check out. Not to mention, I found a really cool campsite that I'm interested in, and I think I just want to take a day there to just kind of unwind and relax for a couple of, hours. So I think what I'm going to do is see if I can find a good place to just hang out and maybe do some painting while I'm there. That would be really, really great. So right now we have to get down mountain. I'm going to stop off in Ridgeway, get some gas, and then we'll head back down the $1 Million Highway and back towards Silverton. And who knows, maybe after I leave Silverton along the way, we'll stop off at Ouray and do some things, and it won't be raining on us this time. We'll see. But today's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to throw a couple things into possibly the RoadPro for dinner tonight, and well, we'll see what happens next. Okay, we stopped off at the Conoco where gas is $3.44 a gallon. So let's fuel up. Okay, while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna pull out the Ridge Monkey from its little hiding place in here. Okay, I'm gonna get some things ready for this. First and foremost, I'm gonna reach into the freezer, and I have some prepackaged frozen meats. These are all pulled pork, and I left the juices with it so it'd be nice and tasty. I'm gonna pull out one of these slow cooker liners. Gas was $28.24. Okay, now I'm gonna move the van so someone else can use this pump because I don't like to hang on to somebody else's pump. Okay, first things first, I have to open up the bag like so, and then I need to pull out my pan like so and put it into the RoadPro. It looks like this, so I can put my food in there. Now I take my frozen meat and I take it out of the bag and just put it into the RoadPro. I have a few small potatoes which are pre-washed that I'm going to put in there. Then I have a big chunk of frozen peppers and onions that I'm just going to put right on top. Now we take the bag and we make sure it's closed by just twisting it. Literally doing this in a gas station parking lot. Anybody can do this anywhere. And then we're gonna plug it in. And I have it working off of this battery, so as I'm going down the road, this one is charging, so it'll replenish anything that is pulled off by the RoadPro. So just like that, we're cooking our dinner for this evening, and then whenever I get to camp, I'll be able to have that, and it should be a pretty tasty, delicious meal. If I need to add some seasonings, I can do that at that point. But the meat's pretty well seasoned, so it should be okay. Sometimes I'll also put a tiny bit of broth in there just to help it cook, but because I froze all of the juices with it, I don't think I need to, but if I do, I can always add it whenever I check it. But for now, we got to get down the road. We got some more driving to do. So, woo! The wind is very windy right now. Standing outside in that was a lot. This is a cute little stop though. It's a little hotel over in Ridgeway. So I got gas at the Conoco and then just drove over to the parking area right beside that. Super nice. This wind is kind of a problem though, because this wind is what's bringing in all the smoke. This morning I saw that they'd also evacuated portions of Carbondale. So most of Western Colorado is somehow affected by fires, whether it's the smoke or the actual fires themselves. So definitely going to be an interesting drive. I'm hoping that once I get closer to the $1 Million Highway, some of this tampers down a little bit as we go through the canyon itself, but we'll see. But today is just about getting from point A to point B and then getting to where I can wake up in the morning and have an adventure path again. We made it to Ouray. Still pretty windy here, but I want to show you one of the lookouts. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping that by the time that I come back through Ouray, it's not raining, just because the other day we got rained out. I have done some things here before. Dee and I went to the hot spring. It was fabulous. Highly recommend. We also went to the hot waterfall and it was so nice. I might go back to that one actually, but let me show you these views. Okay, here we go. The Switzerland of America. And you can see the beautiful mountains from here for sure. There is another place that gives you a little bit better look of the town itself, but this is gorgeous. There's a nice sign here with a little bit of context and information. The pictures themselves are a little worse for wear, but you can still read the text, and it mentions that Ouray was just 11 years old when the Beaumont Hotel celebrated its grand opening, and that was July 25th, 1887. At that point, it became known as one of the most elegant hotels in all of Western Colorado. So lots of cool history here. Again, we'll dive into this a little bit later, but let me show you one more view. Check this out. That's historic downtown Ouray, and you can go down that street and they have tons of really cool shops and businesses. They have a chocolatier, a meat and cheese shop, lots of little breweries down there, and look at that view. And in this direction, you can see there's the $1 Million Highway and the gorgeous views in this direction also. Whew, beautiful. Windy, but beautiful. And again, if you're interested in the $1 Million Highway, I definitely did a video telling a little bit more about the history, the interesting fun facts, a few videos back, so go check that out. It's glorious out here, minus the wind. If the wind would just hunker down just a bit, it would be so perfect. But we're back on the road. We get to drive the $1 Million Highway now. I made it to camp. I picked a different spot this time, and I'm currently where my panel can still get some sun to keep me charged up. It's a little breezy here though. So let's open this up. Check on my food, which smells scrumptious. Oh yeah, that's nice and done. So I can turn this off, and it did deplete quite a bit of my battery, but I was already kind of low. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check to see how topped off this one is. I'll switch them out so this one can charge. And all in all, we have a delicious meal that smells so good for tonight. Okay, I switched them out and it's getting to 73 in. Let me clean off the solar panel to see if we can maximize that a little bit more. Okay, I got part of it clean. You can see over there. And I got a little bit more of it clean. Without getting the ladder out, that's about as good as I can do. Now let's check it. It's about the same, so it's just the angle. It's fine. We're doing pretty good though, so we'll let this keep topping off until it gets close to dark. Days like today are days that we make some impact on our movement. At the same time, it's not necessarily the most. We get to see some pretty views, and we get to camp just in time almost for dinner. But overall, this is going to be a good trip here, I think. I have some things planned for us for tomorrow. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it should look pretty amazing. I do have some neighbors, but I'm not too worried about that. Whenever I'm camping alone, sometimes neighbors are actually a good thing. Sometimes whenever you're going to more remote areas, it's nice, especially if you're having some more limited service, to have that option. So we'll see how this goes. I might put out my WeBoost to see if I can boost myself up a little bit, because I have zero service here. Over there I had a little bit of service, but somebody's in that spot. And I don't want to be in the fully exposed sun spot, because that's going to get pretty warm in the van. So I think this is going to be pretty perfect. Okay, I got the WeBoost hooked up, and it took me from not being able to send out a text at all with only 1 bar of LTE that was really not responsive to almost full bars of LTE. It's pulling about 13 to 14 watts on the high side, and so this is working out pretty well. We will see what happens though as we continue onward. Currently, I'm not really pulling anything in on my solar. The clouds have slightly moved over and I have one tree that now is starting to get a little bit more shade, so I may not be able to pull in too much on today's battery, but I think I'll be okay. I really prefer just to try to get it as topped off as possible, and usually by now I'm already completely topped off, but I was pulling away as I was driving, and so I knew that that was going to be kind of iffy. Tomorrow I won't be using the RoadPro, so I'll be able to top it off the rest of the way, driving around doing the things I'm going to do, so as long as I don't just deplete all of it, I should be fine. But my dinner's already cooked. I just have to charge up my watch and my phone tonight, and I'll run the Wii Boost off of this because I can't run it off of my bigger other power station because that has my fridge plugged in. Okay, it's dinner time, and this is what it looks like. I went ahead and cut up my potatoes and added a little tiny bit of Yellowbird to it. So excited about this one. So since that's all finished, I'm just waiting for the sun to go down just a little bit more. I have my trail cam to put out. I'm gonna put it out somewhere on this side over here, and then we'll see if we catch anything. So since the night is coming closer and closer, and we're starting to get a little bit more of the coverage from the trees above, and the sun is going a little further down, I have my trail cam ready. I'll put that out tonight, see if we catch anything, but today's been a good day. I think I'm just gonna give myself the rest of the afternoon off because I'm pretty tired, and today has been one of those days. Every day is a little bit different, and despite the fact that I go, sometimes I just want to take it slow. So since I do have a little bit of extra service, I'm gonna just sit back, relax, not work for a little while, which I know is weird for me, and then just take it in and enjoy myself. Solo days can be slow as well, but I like to get something accomplished every single day. So I'm very happy with what my day turned out to be. Driving $1 Million Highway was gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed all of the beautiful scenes from there, and I'll see you in the morning to find out if we caught anything. Not sure if we will or not, but it'd be real great to see another one of those fluffy jackrabbits. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'll see you next time. Bye.